Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Twisty here, and I know I'm a little late on making anything Vanguard related. I feel like I should have had something Vanguard related out a couple days ago, but I haven't had enough time to make any videos for the past week, but I have played plenty of the Vanguard Beta, and I wanted to make this video basically as a review, a critical review, basically just talking about some of the pros and cons. So in this video, I'm just gonna be talking about what's good in the game and what's bad about the game, or what needs to be fixed, or what I found issues with. So yeah, if there's any pros or cons that you think should have been talked about in the video, it's either something I didn't think about, or it's something I took out of the video because it was kind of just a minor thing. In this video, I kind of want to just talk about the major things, as well as some of the stuff that I talk about in this video might have already been addressed by SledgeHammer and is going to be fixed at launch. So yeah, if there's any pros or cons that I don't list in this video that you think are important, make sure to let me know in the comment section, and also let me know your guys' thoughts on the Vanguard Beta. I'd like to hear it. My thoughts on the Vanguard Beta: it's half and half. A lot of mixed emotions about the beta. The game was fun, but there's a lot of issues with it, which is kind of troublesome. But yeah, we talk about all that throughout the video. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to the pros. First off, we'll talk about the game engine itself. I have nothing wrong with the Modern Warfare engine. I just love the Modern Warfare engine so much more because there's a lot more gameplay features and gameplay possibility that the new Modern Warfare engine can have. The new Modern Warfare engine can also just bring so much better graphics. I love the gameplay feel of the game and whatever that the Modern Warfare engine has. Like, I love the movement, I love the gunplay, I like the design. I have nothing wrong with the Modern Warfare engine. I love the Modern Warfare engine. I hope that, well, I mean, they should, but the future COD games should stay on the Modern Warfare engine. Like I said already, the Modern Warfare engine brings great graphics, and for this game, the graphics, I mean, I was playing on lowest settings for the entire beta just for performance, but this game has good visuals. I will say the game looks great, except for console. On console, I played on Xbox a little bit and it looks horrible on console, but on PC at ultra graphics, the game looks great. I think it's either on par or better than Modern Warfare. Definitely better than Cold War. I think anything beats Cold War's graphics. But yeah, console, it looks horrible, but on PC, Vanguard looks great. I liked a lot of the details on like the details on the weapons and stuff, like the shine, the reflections and stuff like that. Everything looked great. Next, we're gonna get into maps. The maps in the game I actually really liked. The map flow and map design on all the maps were great. The only exception is Red Star. Red Star was kind of all over the place. Red Star kind of had a Modern Warfare design to it, kind of feel. Red Star was just it was a very strange map. I kind of liked Red Star, but I kind of didn't. I have mixed feelings about Red Star. All the other 3 maps in the game, I didn't play the Champion Hill thing. Screw Champion Hill. I don't even want to bother with that. I never really enjoyed Gunfight to begin with, so I don't know why I would enjoy Champion Hill. But yeah, the other 3 maps like Gavunta, Hotel Royale, and something Palace, I don't know the other one, those had great map flows. The maps felt great and awesome design. They feel like Call of Duty maps. But Red Star, the only issues with Red Star was just like, on Red Star, everything seemed to happen only at one part of the map, on one side of the map. Everything seemed to happen where the 2 big buildings were, and that's like, that entire side was the only side that would ever be used in the game. And I think it was just because of all the cover and, you know, you can go in the buildings and stuff. In the middle and back area, like, no one was really there. The only reason you would be there is if you were trying to travel across the map or you spawn there. That was the only reason anyone would be on that side of the map. Otherwise, everything was going on one half of the map. Going back to gameplay features, one of the biggest issues from the Modern Warfare engine was, or well, I guess I can't say it's really the engine's fault. I mean, it's really just the gameplay implementation. But mounting and blind firing is in the game, but I can't say that I really hate mounting in this game. I really can't say that I hate it, because I didn't find very many cases where people were mounting. I mean, there was a couple people mounting, but I think like mounting right now is at a level where it's like, it's not like super like drastic. I mean, when you're mounted, you can move left or right on the barrier, so that kind of just like adds some extra movement and less campiness to just mounting up on a wall. And I mean, when you mount, you still like get less recoil and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I can really complain about mounting in this game, to be honest. I think mounting is fine. Like I said, again, I didn't see very many people using it. People actually were playing aggressive in this game, and I actually liked that. I liked the aggressive play style that everyone was using in this beta. My voice keeps cracking. But yeah, everyone was playing aggressively in this game. And blind firing in this game, I don't think I've seen one person use blind firing. I think everyone forgot about blind firing. I think everyone forgot that blind firing was even a mechanic. I used blind firing once, and that was just to test it out, and I got 1 kill with it, but I never used it again. I literally do not think anyone's gonna use blind firing unless for whatever reason SledgeHammer decides to make blind firing one of the camo challenges, and if that's the case, that's gonna suck. It's not that it's a bad mechanic, it's just like, why would you use it? There's no point to use it, really, because it's just hip firing from cover. That's all it is. You might as well just get up out of cover and then aim down sight and then shoot the guy. You have better luck doing that. If you blind fire, your bullets are going to be all over the place, but I don't know. Also, going back to map design, the destructivity or the destructive environments, I honestly, like, from on paper, it sounds like a bad idea. On paper, it sounds like a bad idea. And when I was watching like the gameplay for like Champion Hill, or I was seeing the trailers or stuff, or the devs talking about, you know, destructive environments, you know, you got the floors you can destroy and break through, or the walls that you can shoot through. And, you know, the whole, like, by the end of the match, the entire feel and environment of the map was completely different. I can't complain about destructive environments. I honestly like it. I mean, it's not, I think I like it because it's not on a battlefield scale. It's not on a battlefield scale, which I like, because I don't think Call of Duty needs to go that route with the walls, like the destructive walls and stuff. I think that's fine, because really they're just there for the start of the match, and then as the match, like maybe a quarter through the match, all the destructive walls are already gone. And I kind of think it's neat. I mean, like, I was scared that it was going to go down like a Rainbow Six route, where it's just going to be like, you shoot through the wall, you got this tiny little hole you can look through and then shoot guys. Like, that was just going to be super annoying, but in this game, it's really not bad at all. And I think it's cool how, like, the entire environment changes, you know, like, objects you can destroy just about whatever object, and, you know, all furniture and stuff and structures around are kind of going to get damaged and whatever. I think it's cool. I think the destructive environments in this game are better than I expected. I thought they were going to be an issue, but I'm not minding them. From all the maps that I played, they feel fine. I can't complain about them. Time to kill in this game. Time to kill is about the same as Modern Warfare, if not a little faster. I don't think I had any issues with the time to kill. I mean, it is fast. It is very fast at times, to the point where, like, sometimes you don't even know what you're dying to. I think it's fine, especially for the fact, you know, snipers are usable again. Snipers can actually function, and, you know, sometimes you can feel like you're winning a gunfight. I don't think I really have an issue with time to kill. I mean, yeah, sometimes it does feel fast at times, but I think it's fine. I mean, some other weapons need balancing to kind of fit well into the time to kill, and that's what we'll get into later, but time to kill is alright. That's about it for the pros. We'll move into the cons. So, to start off the cons, sun glare. The sun glare is probably the worst part of this beta. 3 out of the 4 maps were absolute nightmare to play. I mean, Red Star wasn't bad, but Gavunta and the Palace map, I keep forgetting the name. What the hell was it called? But the Palace map and Gavunta had the worst sun glare I have ever seen out of any Call of Duty. It was blinding to the point where, like, I lost some engagements because of the sun glare. I could not see the enemy, like, sitting up on a ledge above because there was just the sun right there. It was just, the sun was obnoxious to deal with. So yeah, I hope they fix the sun by release, because if they keep that, that's going to be a big issue. Moving on, the beta had this is normal for a beta, but I don't think I've ever played a beta where I experienced so many bugs, glitches, and just server issues and frame rate issues. Like, this game had a ton of bugs. Like, there were visual bugs and, like, regular bugs. Like, there were dogs flying around the map, and, you're playing on, Hotel Royale, and you're freaking, minding your own business, and all of a sudden you start having a seizure because there's just all kinds of flashing lights and colors all of a sudden. And sometimes there were players experiencing on the Palace map where they were just spawning and they were falling under the map. And for me personally, I was experiencing many frame rate issues and lag issues. I mean, well, I can't say I was experiencing much frame rate issues, but lag issues were pretty bad. Like, I found myself crashing out of servers and stuff. It's not my Wi-Fi. I know my Wi-Fi is fine. There were a lot of server issues. Like, I found where the game just froze and it was like server disconnected or whatever, like lost connection to host. There were points where the game would get so glitched out, or it's just like basically the game took control of itself. It was just a lot of bugs and a lot of glitches that hopefully are fixed. And a lot of the bugs and issues that were in Modern Warfare basically transferred over into this game. So that's even worse. The audio in this game is all over the place. The audio in this game, footsteps for your teammates, super clear as day. Footsteps for enemies, non-existent though. There are no footsteps for any enemy players, and that's a problem. Basically every enemy player has dead silence. The only time you can really hear enemies is if they're breaking through a wall or something, or you hear gunshots. That's about it. But yeah, the audio is just all over the place in the game. Visibility in this game was pretty poor. Really what I found myself, the only way that I really saw enemies from a distance was looking for the nameplates. I really could not see enemies at all, and it was either like weather effects like on Gavunta or Red Star, or just like there's just tons of debris or smoke, and the only way I can see the enemy was just the nameplate above their head. So visibility was pretty bad. One of the more questionable features that this game decided to take was the no factions route. I don't know why they decided to have no factions in the game. I don't remember what their reason was. I remember they talked about it like in the multiplayer reveal, but it was like something retarded. I don't know what it was, but the no factions thing are a problem because, like, if you are stunned or something, or like you can't see nameplates at all, and you see a skin that looks like your teammate but is an actual player, then they're gonna kill you, but you thought it was your teammate. I feel like there's a better way I can explain this, but I'm explaining this poorly. So the enemy team has the same skins as you do. So there has been many times where I find myself like seeing an enemy player and I'm like, oh, that's my teammate, because I have a teammate or two that have that skin on, and he just goes ahead and kills me, and I'm like, oh, that's an enemy. If they had factions, it would be nice because you could actually identify who's an enemy and who's a friendly just by looking at their outfit. And it's kind of a poorly it's a very poor decision to decide that there should just be no factions in this game, and like, you know, we want the players to play as whoever they want and be whatever personality they want to be, but you know, at that point, just have them have a personality on each team. How about that? How about we have, you know, the Allied forces with the Axis forces? You know, this is World War II. Like, come on. Like, you can't just have no factions. So I think no factions are pretty retarded. Moving on to one of the biggest issues, and in the past 2 games, Modern Warfare and Cold War, spawns are an issue. I mean, we all know that in recent years, spawns have been horrible in COD games. But in this game, spawns are taking a whole new level of horrible. I have never seen a COD game with worse spawns before. I remember finding myself, like my team kept spawning in this one building in Gavutu, and we just kept spawning in the building, and the enemy team was surrounding that building. We just kept spawning in that building for God knows whatever reason. They just kept killing us and killing us. It was a nightmare. And you know, there were a lot of times where like you're just sitting there, and then an enemy player or a couple of enemy players, like the whole team starts spawning in front of you, and they just kill you because like there's literally nothing you can do. You're on your own. You're sitting there, you kill one guy, and you kill another, and then you gotta start reloading, and then more just keep spawning there for God knows whatever reason. Or a lot of the times I experienced where I was spawning in the most obscure location, but still there was an enemy like right in front of me or behind me, and just kills me. And I understand getting right into the action, but when you're not expecting it and you have no plan or not prepared for it, there's nothing you can do. So hopefully spawns are tuned when the game is released, because if not, there's gonna be some issues. Moving on to another big complaint by a lot of people is the weapon balancing. The 2 main weapons I really saw throughout the beta are the MP40 and the STG, and for a while that's what I used because, you know, why would you use anything else when you could just use the 2 most broken guns in the game? Yeah, when you really beef up the STG and MP40, they became god guns. But yeah, and those weren't the only like broken weapons. There were other good weapons, but like those were the 2 that I mainly saw throughout the whole beta. But all of the weapons were all over the place, except for the handguns. The handguns I think are balanced. Like the automatic pistol, I think it's questionable that that's the first pistol they use in the game, but you know, I think the automatic pistol is balanced. I hope they don't touch that at all, because I think it's fine where it's at. It takes about a mag to kill a guy, and I hope it stays like that. And the other pistols, like the Rat and the M19, those are the M1911. Those are good. Speaking of M19, how did they not fix it where when you finishing move somebody, you know, the guy pulls out a pistol? It's the M19 from Modern Warfare. This is World War II. The M19 is like made like 80 years in the future. But yeah, there's needs some drastic weapon tuning and a lot of fixes with the weapons. Because like a lot of the weapons either suck, they're unbalanced, they're just like absolutely broken, or they're just kind of mediocre, they're kind of just average. Staying on the topic of weapons, attachments are all over the place as well. There are either attachments that are just the absolute worst to deal with, they're way too broken and are an absolute nightmare to counter, or like attachments completely destroy your weapon, or like some of the statistics that the attachments would give are completely different than what they actually do. So yeah, some major attachment tuning will be needed for this game, and like a couple of attachments are questionable. And also it really blows my mind that there's such a large range of attachments for World War II weapons. Especially with optics. Like, reflex optics, if we want to get to realism, reflex optics were not crafted until like 20 or 30 years later. But there are so many optics in the game, it blows my mind. I don't even think Cold War had that many optics. And Cold War takes place in the 80s, you know, like 80s is when they should have started expanding with optics, you know, learning optics and whatever. Apparently Vanguard likes to take optics to a whole new level, but yeah, weapon customization is mind-boggling in this game. But yeah, to talk about broken attachments, we're gonna talk about ammo types and what's some other ones like? Yeah, I think it's really just ammo types and the magazines and stuff. Mainly ammo types. Ammo types should not be as strong as they are. There's like the fragile something, like the one bullet. It was a like a perk you could get in Modern Warfare where like it would basically like make, when you shoot the enemy, it kind of like makes their healing process a little slower. In this game, it takes a whole new level and is so broken. I used it and I could tell it was freaking broken, and I was killed by it so many times, and it is the most broken thing in the world. This ammo type stuns the player when they're shot with it and basically blurs their vision. They can't move as much, and it's just broken. And you know, you got incendiary rounds, which is retarded, and apparently if you put like incendiary rounds on your gun and you melee somebody, apparently when you smack somebody in the face with your gun, it also has incendiary damage, which is hilarious. That's like something you'd see on like a Borderlands gun or something. But yeah, the attachments all over the place. I don't really want to talk long about the attachments, but yeah, SledgeHammer fixed that too. The last con that I can think of is everything in the game is slow. Everything in the game makes you slow. Let's just start listing stuff off. There is suppression. There is movement speed. With however you deck out your weapon, movement speed is out to kill you. Sprint to fire speed is slow. ADS speed is slow on like guns like snipers if you don't have the right attachments for them or whatever. If the person has the right like ammo type, they can slow you down. Healing is slow. Using items is slow. Everything in the game is slow. For some reason, this game is so hell-bent on making everything slow, and I'm not sure why, but everything is slow in the game. I think that's gonna cover it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around till the end, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Within the next couple days after this video, I should have some Vanguard gameplay videos coming out, so this isn't going to be the only Vanguard video I release. I did record some footage of the Vanguard Beta, so I'll have some videos coming out. Yeah, let me know if you guys agree with some of the pros and cons I listed here. Again, let me know anything that I missed or didn't cover, and also, let me know your guys' thoughts on the Vanguard Beta. Do you like the game? Do you hate the game? But yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.